drunk man passed out on the windowsill.
Time where there were guys playing in the bathroom.
Being chased shirtless around, and they were speaking a foreign language.
The blood spatter on our door.
I got the plates, guys!
Yay! Yeah, buddy. How can two halls on one campus differ so much from each other? Two halls, two stories, two distinct personalities.
Well, our first priority was finding out why they went to this specific hall, and for most people in Bouton, it was location.
I was looking for a central location in comparison to everything else on campus, and this was that.
Cool. Did it live up to those expectations?
Absolutely.
It was the closest to the school part of it, I guess, and also it's a really chill place with a bunch of like hippies and art students, so I love that.
I'm an art major. I literally roll out of bed and roll into Smiley, so.
Well, the defining characteristic of Scudder is that it used to be a 24-hour quiet dorm, and that's the main reason why most Scudder residents came to it this year.
Well, I chose to live in Scudder because I like to sleep, and I was told that it was a quiet hall.
It's location and also proximity to friends.
Well, I lived about in my freshman year. That was a bad decision because it was really loud. And I'm not really loud. So I moved to Scudder because at the time it was 24-hour quiet. It's not anymore, but still I think people move here for that reason.
Next, we asked Bouton residents how they would define their hall. And we got some interesting results.
I actually heard when I signed up for it that this is the loudest dorm.
I'm afraid to leave our door open sometimes because God only knows who will stumble in.
It's crazy. It's a good time, but it's crazy, and there's always antics.
Oh, it is really easy to get in here without living here.
I'm gonna say, holy shit.
Bouton. I heard that shit's crazy. That's not the ideal hall.
People go out and get drunk and then come back. It gets really loud and people bang on doors and try to break into other people's doors and write on walls and rip stuff down, and it gets pretty crazy. You're like, oh my god, World War III out in the hall.
I don't think I've ever seen an RA or an RD in our halls.
I don't think that people are as respectful as they should be of the people living here. I know that it gets really loud, really late, and that the whole, like, courtesy hours with music is definitely not respected. And I know that there's been nasty, I don't even know what's, like, lying around in the hallway, and, like I said, food articles just, like, hanging from the ceiling.
I didn't even been into Bouton, but I've been in the vicinity, and I've heard stories. That gets 0 out of 5 stars, right? Maybe half, because I know, like, some cool people that live there. But, you know, in terms of living there, no stars, right?
The Scudder experience, though, seemed very different from the way it was described to us.
Once I close my door, that's it. I don't hear shit from anybody outside.
Scudder is more quiet.
Sometimes the cleaning lady's loud with her vacuum.
It seems very clean and a lot more friendly than a lot of other dorms that I've been to, and the programs are pretty cool.
Scudder is clean and generally quiet and reasonable, and they have a lot of cool events.
But Scudder has some of the dopest RAs, right? They're really cool people. They're really fun. They'll, like, take the time to get to know you. But in terms of strictness, well, they let groups of friends do whatever they want to do, pretty much, as long as it's not really, you know, blood on the door, because that wouldn't fly in Scudder.
Oh, literally nothing happens while you're working. No one shows up, nothing.
People show up, but they're not, like, out of control. I mean, the craziest thing was on Halloween when the guy forgot his key.
We collected some interesting stories from Bouton residents.
A lot of banging on our doors, and I don't know, it's just downright nastiness. The bathrooms always look like the apocalypse, and you know.
Finding all the vomit in the bathroom, sink, and floor.
Girls are disgusting, and that's, if I go much further, people might not be able to handle it. Their stomachs might get sick.
There's a bloody tampon in the shower stall once.
I went to Jamie, our RA, because there was a, it was like the like Armageddon of all time of all diarrhea. Just like everywhere in the bathroom. And it was so gross. And it was like really, oh no, it wasn't diarrhea. I'm pretty sure someone threw up like in the sink or like in the bath. Pretty much someone just like defecated out of their mouth or out of their butt or like something in a big way. It was really disgusting.
I've seen some guy start at one end of the hall and go to the other end because we have the U shape. So start at the one end and walk on his hands the whole entire way. It was pretty much the best thing ever.
God, I don't know. There was one night we were running through the hallway with a hula hoop, and, dang, I never really stopped to think about it, but, like, there's definitely things I've heard. I have heard it all.
They can pound on their doors. Sometimes they punch them because they're in a drunken stupor.
We might as well be the queens of people that get their doors banged on. Honestly, I know there's been several instances where I'll be asleep and people will be just like knocking on your doors. You open the door, there's nobody there. Just because they think it's funny. We have a dented whiteboard because someone did that, and where they took our marker and drew all over and wrote offensive things. And when they write offensive things on our whiteboard, and I know that other people have experienced that too.
There was, somebody was drunk and somebody took the fire extinguisher from the second floor area and went rampant all over the building, and they got the dust everywhere. Everyone was freaking out in the morning. I thought it was anthrax, and it looked like a fire had happened in the building, and so that stayed there for hours. They had like cleanup crew coming in, and like it was like a hazardous material and like dangerous area and like all of this stuff. And if you look, I think it's in this hallway, there's still a stain from that in the staircase.
I know that some girl ran into Sean's room with no shirt on one day and just shimmied at her and left.
The very first week of school, one of my neighbors was being chased shirtless around, and they were speaking a foreign language.
Because there are crazy Amazon women in our dorm, and it's a exaggerated term that I use for the cluster of girls that live on our floor, and they pretty much just run rampant, like what I would imagine an Amazonian tribe would do. Because literally, it's like screaming and hooting and hollering at like 2 a.m., just like rampaging through the hallways drunk, and like, I don't know, there's just a lot of like banshee sounds and things that they're not quite human, and like I just never really know what's going on. One time when there were guys playing in the bathroom because they said that they got better, like it sounded better, they got better acoustics in there, and I was kind of like, you're in the bathroom and you don't live here.
Last year around the springtime, I woke up early to work the open house and went outside my door, and in the alcove next to my room is a window, and laying on said window was a drunk man passed out on the windowsill. He was standing, and so I took a picture, and he stayed there for a couple hours after that.
Every day there's like a food article on the stairs. Like there's like pizza. It's like Dolly's clocks, but with pizza, and it's horrible.
We could tell you what happens in Scudder, but it might be more interesting if we show you.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm really excited for this rap thing. Cartoon marathon, yeah, that, I can't wait. All relaxation, I need my tea, and yes, awesome. Can't wait. Knitting. I've always wanted to learn to knit. You know, a lot of people here know how to knit. That's always good. Nap time, I've been waiting for that for a very long time. I cannot wait. Water pong. I've never tried anything pong related. Now, that's really exciting to me. I got the plates, guys!
Yay!
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, my mom made like inside that once. I like that.
You haven't done the sides yet, I notice.
They look nice.
I'm gonna see the word slanket. What does that mean?
Excuse me?
Blanket with an S. Blanket.
It doesn't mean it.
Do I have to get my snake dirty?
Oh, I don't know. It's gonna get me.
Do you
Wait, what do you want? I'll get it.
No. It is a white folder.
But let's go back for a moment to Bouton, where you'll find me very appalled and standing in front of my door.
So this goes in the list of things that I wish I had gotten on tape. This is me in front of my door. And this is my door, complete with blood spatter, and I think that's a fist print in our whiteboard. Yeah. Don't you wish you lived in Bouton?
So after trial and tribulation, we discovered that the blood spatter on our door was from a fight that had happened outside, some of which I overheard. What happened was there were 3 guys fighting over a girl, presumably intoxicated in some form. There were bikes thrown and punches thrown, and the night hosts got scared, so they called the police. And when they discovered that the police had been called on them, there was a wild chase up the stairs, during which one of the windows in the staircase had been punched out. The person who punched out the staircase window then punched my door. I wish I could say that this wasn't a normal night in Bouton, but this goes on more often than we'd like, let's just say. But all scary stories aside, something that we learned through this project was to each his own holds truer than one would think, and that a really, really quiet dorm or a really, really, really loud dorm, while some people might be terrified of each, could be perfect for people.
And these 2 dorms only reflect New Paltz's diversity.